Yo, what is going on, everyone? It's GentooMan here, also known as Rainy, and today's story time is just one of the craziest, one of the scariest experiences I've ever had. I'm gonna set the mood with like some horror game gameplay instead of some regular Overwatch or Fortnite or whatever. Maybe it'll be Five Nights at Freddy's, but maybe I'll just give up and do like Flee the Facility on Roblox or something. But let's just hop right into the story and not waste any more time. Now, an important thing to remember for this story, it takes place a good couple years ago, and an important thing to remember is that this is at the time of like a certain challenge was pretty popular. So think about whales, the animal in the sea, and then a certain challenge that was taking the internet by storm that was deemed bad. I don't know if I can. I mean, it is bad. I say deemed bad as if I don't think it's bad. I think it is bad, but just for the record. But you know what I'm trying to say. I don't know if I can actually just say it outright because I don't know if I'll get demonetized or what. But you know what I'm trying to say. So it was just late one night. I was awake watching a movie. I used to have this problem where I couldn't really sleep without a movie on in the background, but I sometimes just wouldn't fall asleep and would just get like invested in the movie and just like couldn't sleep but wanted to sleep, and it was really weird. But as I was watching this movie, my friend hits me up. And he's like, "Hey, you want to hang out?" And normally when it's this late, I'm like, I don't really know because like I gotta sneak out. I can't just go out the front door, and I'm tired. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning right now, but I really thought about it because I'm like, I'm really not getting to sleep. So maybe I will. So I decided to hit my friend back with a text and say, like, I'm pretty tired, but like, what'd you have in mind? And he says, like, yeah, we're gonna go like explore this place that one of our other friends found. He's like, you and me are gonna go, and then him, and then one other friend, then I'm bringing my girl, and like she's bringing her friend as well, and like it'll be a whole group of us. Like we'll get some food. It'll be a good time. And so I said to him, I said, like, all right, man, I'll come, I'll join you guys, but you owe me a shit ton of caffeine so I can make it through school tomorrow. And he's like, yeah, sure, bro, sounds good. Like, we'll come get you right now. So I get dressed out of my pajamas, throw some fucking sweatpants on and a hoodie and throw a hat on and, just kind of wait for my friends to show up and try and be alive instead of dying. And finally they pull up, I have to go out the window, regular stuff. And I hop in the car with everyone, and everyone seems like super, super excited for this adventure. And we kind of waste no time, just throw on some music and keep driving to our destination. And we end up sort of driving like out into the country, and it's really dark out there. It's the middle of the night. And we drive for quite a ways. I think we were driving for about 30, 40 minutes, something like that, before we ended up at our destination. And we ended up getting to this house. That's what it was. It was like an abandoned farmhouse that my friend wanted to check out. And it literally just looked like the shit out of Courage the Cowardly Dog. Like, you remember that show? That shit was fucking terrifying. Like, I don't know how that got away being a kid's show. Anyways, that being said, let's get back to this episode of fucking Rainy the Cowardly Penguin. That was really cringy. I'm sorry. But yes, we all hop out and we go into this house and we're kind of just looking around for a while, just like, ooh, spooky, like it's an abandoned house. But like, it was definitely a very old house, but it wasn't like super run down even or anything. Like, it looked old, but I mean, I was expecting some shit out of like Resident Evil Biohazard, but it wasn't even that. Like, it was a pretty normal house. So we kind of just ended up like in one of the bedrooms, just kind of like chilling and just like talking to each other, like we would in any other place. And as we were doing that, as fate would fucking have it, one of the girls we were with, my friend's girlfriend's friend, she got a text from one of those bots over her, I believe it was her Instagram. Those ones I'm talking about, those like Jonathan Galindo bots or whatever the fuck the name was. I'll put the dude as the thumbnail probably. Like, you'll know it when you see it if you have ever heard of it. But she got a text from one of those bots. And, it kind of just asks you if you want to play a game, then kind of like threatens you if you don't, stuff like that. And so my one friend decided to be a genius idea. He's like, hey, let's mess with it. Let's like try and make it angry. And I'm like, are you sure, bro? And he's like, yeah, come on, dude. Like, it'll be funny. Like, let's do it. And so we do it. We kind of just like keep saying like, no, I'm not doing that. And like we made a couple of your mom jokes to him and stuff. It was actually kind of funny. Like the bot was getting upset, like, oh, well, like, I'll come find you and stuff like that. And he was threatening us, but, like, we didn't think much of it. They're like, we didn't click any, like, links or anything they said. There's no way this dude could, like, know anything about us. Like, there's no way he could, like, find us or anything like that. So we kind of just laughed at it. And sooner or later, we ended up leaving the house, piling back in the car, and being on our way. Now, when we piled back in the car and started driving, I kind of just had this, like, off, eerie feeling, you know, as you do when you do stuff like this. Like, I didn't think anything was going to happen, but you're just kind of like, you're a little spooked, you know, like, nothing serious, but you're kind of just, like, thinking, you know? So we were driving back for probably a good 20 minutes. We were still, like, on this, like, country road amongst the trees and stuff like that. And as we're driving, we end up stopping because someone's standing in the middle of the fucking road. So we stop a little bit before this person, and we're all like noticeably freaked out and saying like sort of like, what the fuck, like what's going on to each other. And we see this dude, and he's wearing like almost like a wolf mask. Like, have you guys seen the movie Creep? Like, that was a pretty good movie, but like the dude in that movie, he's got like a wolf mask. And the guy we saw in the middle of the road, he almost looked like that. He almost looked like he had that mask. And he kind of he stood there staring at us. Like, it was really creepy because he just, like, he didn't even move. He was just standing in the middle of the road, just staring at our car. And we were all, like, noticeably creeped out. Everyone except my friend who was driving, I guess, because he started laughing. And he's like, bro, this dude will run, like, as soon as I get out of the car. He's like, look, like, I'm going to go chase him off. I'm going to go talk to him. He's going to, like, dab me up or something. Like, it's all just a big, like, it's a prank, bro. Like, obviously it is. And I tried stopping him. Like, I was sitting in the front seat, and I'm like, bro, are you sure that's a good idea? Like, what if he's just, like, some weird dude? Like, I wouldn't get out of the car. Let's just, like, go around him or something. Like, I'm sure he'll move when we get close to him if the car is moving. Like, let's just go. And my friend was like, nah, bro, like, it's okay. Like, I'm going to go see what this is about. So, like a dumbass, my friend gets out of the car, luckily locks the car behind him that we're all in, but he does still have the car keys. And he goes up to this guy and, you know, starts saying, like, yo, like, what's up, man? Like, he was being super friendly, like, wasn't even, like, taunting the guy or anything. And we were a good distance away from him, and, like, we could all see from the car, my friend, as he got closer to him. But as my friend got a little too close, the guy, like, pulled out, like, a sledgehammer. And we were all kind of like, whoa. And, like, my friend was noticeably, like, you know, he's noticeably, like, frightened by this. And, like, we could hear him say, like, or just, like, put his hands up, like, yo, like, it's okay, man. Like, I get it. Like, you don't have to hurt me. Then the dude starts walking towards my friend. And my friend is obviously a little, like, frightened by this, as we are. So we were all, like, all our hearts just drop. And this dude, like, starts slowly picking up his pace, coming towards my friend. And my friend tries to, like, come back to the car, but the dude's catching up to him. And my friend tries opening the door, realizes the car is locked, but before he can reach and, like, get the keys or anything, the dude is, like, almost right on him, right? So he has to, like, almost push the dude off and then just take off into the trees. And the dude in the mask just, like, takes off right after him. So he's just chasing my friend into the woods or into wherever, and, like, all of us in the car are, like, freaking the fuck out. We're, like, shitting ourselves here. And I climb out of the front seat, and I climb, like, into the back with everyone else. And my one friend's kind of, like, rummaging through, like, the door handles and stuff. And he ends up finding, like, a hunting knife that was in there. And he grabs it, and, you know, we kind of have it in case, like, something happens or anything like that. But we're all just scared out of our fucking minds, hoping that our one friend actually gets back to the car. And we were probably waiting for, like, I don't know how long we were waiting for, probably, like, 10, 15 minutes at max. But my friend does end up making it back. He unlocks the car, hops right in. He's like, bro, we're getting the fuck out of here. And he starts the car and just, like, guns it down the road. And we're all, like, looking out the windows and stuff, wondering if we'll see the guy, like, come onto the road or stuff. But we didn't see him. Like, we didn't end up seeing him again. But we just, like, we made it home probably, like, 15 minutes. Like, my friend was gunning it. He did not care about speeding. He just wanted to get back to the city. We did eventually make it back to the city. My friend dropped me off. I went back into my house via the window. And I didn't bother sleeping because I had to be up for school in like an hour or two. I don't remember exactly, but it wasn't very long and it was not worth going to sleep. So I kind of just chilled in my room, played a little bit of Xbox, and then, yeah, it was morning. Then I ended up having to go to school, and then I met up with my friend at school, and he gave me that caffeine he promised me. He gave me like a Monster or whatever it was. And yeah, we kind of just sat there and talked about what had happened. And it was just a pretty wild story, guys. Like, it's just weird when shit like this happens because it's, like, entirely coincidental. Like, I don't believe for a second that the guy who was messaging that girl, like, came after us or anything. Like, there's no way. It's entirely coincidental and some dude that was just trying to scare us. But it was just pretty wild. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much going to do it for the story time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did, and subscribe if you're new. You guys know the drill. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I'll catch you in the next one. Later.